So Megyn Kelly said this in this video over here, okay? They say that Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk were witches, casted a spell on them. So let's listen to this, okay? We're going somewhere with this. Here we go.
It makes clear that the writer contracted for the curse in late August. She says she wanted it to line up with the new moon in Virgo, which this year meant August 23rd. That tracks because she points out in the piece that by August 24th, she was waiting impatiently for results. The witch, they reveal, promised on August 23rd that, quote, you will see the first results within 2 to 3 weeks. This was 18 days before Charlie was killed. Not satisfied with this curse, the amped up one, alone, Jezebel reached out to a, quote, third witch, Priestess Lilin. Jezebel opined, if enough people cursed a single person, would the results be stronger? Quote, when I asked her if she'd noticed more political figures being targeted these days, she said yes. The next day, Lilin sent the Jezebel writer proof of the hex she had cast, quote, a photograph in flames, the edges slowly curling inward, engulfing Charlie's ridiculous, scrunched up little face. She whispered, I imagine, writes the Jezebel reporter, trust the unseen. Chills, writes Jezebel. Sunday, August 24th passed, writes the author, and nothing. Monday, August 25th, still nothing. Tuesday, August 26th, nothing. But then she writes, she reminded herself, this is witchcraft, not Amazon. The forces operate on their own schedule. The Jezebel writer ends the piece as follows. So, did my Etsy curses work? Time will tell. The forces move in mysterious ways. And as the priestess Lilin reminded me, spell work is a collaboration between the caster, the client, and the universe itself. For now, we can only trust in the timing of the great unknown. To you, Mr. Kirk, may the rash come swiftly.
That's Megyn Kelly, okay? So Megyn Kelly, she's Catholic. Erika and Charlie Kirk heard about these curses and that the news genuinely rattled Erika in particular. She asked a Catholic priest to come over and pray with them over Charlie the night before he was murdered. Okay? So the article is narrating the very thing that Megyn Kelly is saying. Okay? So what do we have? We do know that Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk they were attending the Catholic Mass. They were going to a Catholic church to attend the Mass. Okay? And this article, because, they were aware about somebody had casted a spell on them a day before Charlie Kirk died, Erika Kirk requested for a Catholic priest to come and pray for them. Okay? These are the things that actually happened. So they said okay, no, Charlie Kirk never joined the Catholic Church. Okay? But he was attending the Mass with Erika. Those things are actually true. Okay.
In a conversation with Charlie in the green room in Korea, he said something to me that he'd said a number of times. He said, he kept calling me his pastor, and I stopped him. I said, Charlie, since the president's gotten elected, your stock has risen through the stratosphere, and I don't see much of you. I mean, he wasn't a very good congregant. He was on the road 320 days a year.
This is Rob McCoy, who is referred to Charlie Kirk's pastor, okay? And Charlie Kirk called him his spiritual advisor. He does work for Turning Point Faith, okay? He also does promote the 7 mountain mandates. So he says that Charlie Kirk was not a good congregant. He was on the road 320 days. All right. God Speak Calvary Chapel. Leadership. Meet God Speak ministry staff. We are a band of brothers and sisters passionate about serving Jesus and our community. We don't just love ministry. We love the people that we get to do ministry with. From preaching sermons to cleaning bathrooms, everything we do it to glorify our Lord Jesus Christ. Okay? So, senior pastor, Micah Stevens. Okay? This name of the church is God Speak Calvary Chapel. Pastoral staff. You have Rob McCoy, Pastor Emeritus. And you have Greg, you have James, you have all these other pastors. Okay? So, why am I bringing this up? Okay? So, when you find this God Speak Calvary Chapel, do you know where this church is, this God Speak Calvary Chapel? This God Speak Calvary Chapel is in California. This church is in California. Rob McCoy is on the pastoral staff as Pastor Emeritus. The church is in California. Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk lived in Arizona. They lived in Arizona. Okay? Turning Point, all that, they have it in Arizona. So, at the memorial, the person who spoke there as Charlie Kirk pastor was Rob McCoy. So the question I have is this, okay? If Erika Kirk and Charlie Kirk, they said that they were Protestants, they were not Catholic, no problem. What church were they going to in Arizona? What church were they members at in Arizona? Who was their local pastor in Arizona? Because Rob McCoy church is in California. So unless you tell me they're driving from Arizona to go and attend church in California, and according to Rob McCoy, he says Charlie Kirk was not, attending a good congregant, something to that effect, because most of the time he was on the road. That's what Rob McCoy said. Okay? So what is the point? Why am I bringing this up? Okay? So you have to remember this, okay? As Christians, okay? Being a member of a local church is not an option. Unfortunately, we have made being a member of a local church as something on the back burner. This is the same thing. Unfortunately, this stuff comes out when the person is gone. Okay? Because the same stuff came out, Ravi Zacharias. Came out that Ravi Zacharias was not a member of any church. Why? He spent so much time on the road. Doing what? Doing ministry. Okay? If your priority, your family is your priority, you're not going to leave your family, be on the road, quote unquote, doing ministry. Okay? And if you're on the road, like you're doing all these other things with your family, fine and good. But you cannot abandon your presence to be a local member of a church. It's not, whatever else you're doing out there on the field, whatever, it cannot be more important than your immediate family and your church. It is important to be members of our local church. It's a different story. You're looking for a church. It's a different story. You're shopping for a church. Okay? So is it any wonder that now this incident happened? Erika Kirk used to be a Catholic, cradle Catholic. Okay? So my question is, why was she calling for a Catholic priest to come and pray for them? Because, a witch had cast a spell for them. Okay? Because to me, if they have their local church in Phoenix, Arizona, that'll be a call that you're calling to your pastor. And what are you doing on a Sunday going to attend to a Catholic mass? According to Charlie, he did like the tradition of the Catholic, the cathedral, all those other things. Okay? And we know a Catholic, Roman Catholic, is an apostate church. If you're Protestants, you have no business to be going to a Catholic church. They don't believe the same things that we do believe in. Okay? They have a different gospel. Okay? So to me, Rob was his spiritual advisor. And what's his name? Frank Turek, spiritual advisor. So you guys, you're advising Charlie Kirk as a spiritual advisor. Where is that in your advising him to be a member of a local church? There are good, solid, sound churches in Arizona. It's a desert, but it's not a desert lack of good churches, okay? Costa Hinn is there, good churches, okay? Jeff Debin is there, good church. Dale Harris is there, good church. So I know there was another one, Desert something. Pastor Gab is there. So 5 churches that I can think of on top of my head. I've never been to Arizona. Those are good, solid, sound churches. So to me, I'm very troubled where you have people, you're spending so much time on the road, even if you're spending so much time on the road doing ministry. It's not an excuse not to be a member of a local church. There is no, like, you're spending so much time on the road, you're telling people, yes, they need to leave the Democrat Party, they need to be MAGA, they need to be conservatives. So when you have all these young people, where are you sending these people to? What church are they going to go to? Because now your camp is filled with Mormons, is filled with Catholics, is filled with this new apostolic reformation. So where are these young people being sent to? What churches? They're also associated with this Sean Voigt, a false teacher, or this new apostolic reformation. You see what I'm saying? So all this to me, it's not good, okay? This should be a lesson. Because there were pastors, people like Mark Driscoll, all these other pastors, calling out other pastors, okay, if you didn't preach about Charlie Kirk, you need to leave the church, okay? So are these pastors, are they fully aware that Charlie Kirk was attending a Catholic mass, that Charlie Kirk requested for a Catholic priest to come and pray for them to cast this spell after these witches has cast a spell? Because if you're a believer, those spells are not going to work for you, okay? The demonic world does exist. We don't mess around with that issue, okay? I'm not discounting those things. And not only that, even Meghan Kelly also reported that Erika Kirk requested for a Catholic priest to come and pray for Charlie Kirk's, after he died, for his dead body. So why calling for a Catholic priest to come and pray for your husband's dead body? You as a Protestant. And then they say, like, okay, he was wearing this necklace. It's a mark, the archangel. According to these Catholics, whatever, it's an angel for protection. So Charlie Kirk was wearing that necklace. And then now Erika Kirk wears that necklace, okay? So yes, it's just whatever necklace. But why would you think that you wearing a necklace, there's a protection in you wearing a necklace? Just like the Catholic, they have a rosary, right? So no. That's not what Protestants teaches, okay? We don't believe in those things. The Bible does not teach about those things. So all these pastors who came out here condemning other pastors that, oh, you should have preached about Charlie Kirk, you didn't preach Charlie Kirk. And did they come out and give this information to their congregants? If they had known that, yes, Charlie was into, this Catholic thing, praying mass, all these other things. You know what I'm saying? No. So we cannot pretend those things didn't happen because Charlie Kirk is gone, okay? Those are the things that actually happened. With the faith that the Bible teaches is in contradiction, okay? So to me, it's very, very important. There's so much, I'm aware, there's a lot of people who don't go to church. They think being on YouTube is a church. They think watching a service online is a church. Unfortunately, we actually do have pastors, they entertain the so-called digital disciples, okay? From Philip Anthony Mitchell. There is nothing like digital disciple, okay? That's a lie. Those things don't exist. So we don't want to promote people not to be attending church. We don't want to promote people not to be the member of local church because they are so busy, quote unquote, doing ministry. That's a lie. It's absolutely a lie. So when I saw those things, I'm like, this is not good. This is not good. This is not so good. So, if the other pastors, they were not aware, fine, they were not aware. But these are the things that are actually out there. And I do know, I do come from the Reformed camp. Okay? That information alone in the Reformed camp is enough for you to be kicked out of the kingdom. Okay? Reformed folks don't play. That's how they roll. Okay? They'll be like, what? You went to where? You were doing that? No, you're out. Okay? I haven't seen anybody saying anything, this issue about Charlie Kirk. I do know if it was anybody else, they'll be out there pounding. Okay? It was wrong for him to be going to the Catholic Church. That was wrong. It does not support the scriptures. Okay? So we shouldn't pretend like those things didn't happen. So that's why when these people are coming, when the Candace Owens are coming, oh, he was praying the rosary, oh, he was doing this, because the Catholic, they also want to claim Charlie Kirk. Oh, you see what I'm saying? So are they wrong for them to think that he was joining the Catholic Church? He might have not been a member of any Roman Catholic Church on a membership roll, but he was going there. So what church was he attending in Arizona? It's not there. This church that's quote unquote associated with Rob McCoy is in California. It's absolutely in California. So to me, when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? No. So I'm giving this information to you guys. Do that information what you will, okay? But I do know that, okay, when he was, what's his name? He wasn't going to church. That wasn't good, okay? He was out on the road, spending so much time on the road, doing quote-unquote apologetics. And then when he died, all this other stuff came out. It's just like, no. You know, it is important to be a member of the local church, okay? He was on the road with his family, to my knowledge, Charlie Kirk, which is actually a good thing. But it's not an excuse for you to spending all this time on the road and not to be a member of a local church. Because those things are very, very much important, okay? Politicians, they love you. You're out there. You're getting the votes, okay? But, you know, yeah. So when I saw that, I was just like, no. This, we need to put this information, you know, out there. Absolutely out there, okay? So that is that.